The ANC Youth League in Tshwane region wishes to condemn the desperate witch hunt conducted by the puppet and stooge of colonial masters, Mr. Msimang. It is comical that Mr. Msimang, who has shockingly kept quiet on the known and recorded corruption by his former masters, has now discovered his inner voice, or perhaps echoes the sentiments of his slave masters, who are known to be beneficiaries of the proceeds of apartheid, having enriched themselves corruptly through blood diamonds, exploitation of black labor, dispossessing black people of their land, and plundering state resources to build corporate South Africa and to produce white Afrikaner generational wealth. Mr. Msimang has taken on a role of a crusader. The reports which are brandished by the mayor of Pretoria East, Mr. Msimang, a puppet and stooge of a racist party, were commissioned by the ANC-led government. The forensic reports that Mr. Msimang uses to create media hype and to fit into the white racist agenda that black people are inherently corrupt, incapable, and inadequate to preside over any institutions, be it government or private institutions, are as a result of the efforts of the ANC in combating the cancer of corruption. To legitimize and entrench the ideals of Hendrik Verwoerd, an apartheid judge, Raymond Leon, who happens to be the founder of the DA and the father of Tony Leon, who sentenced young Solomon Mahlangu to death, the colonial masters are using a blackface and have elevated him to a slave in the kitchen to silently crystallize their racist ideology through him. Through a court of public opinion, a blackface is used to lynch political opponents of white monopoly capital in creating fears about the black government. The ANC Youth League wishes to put it on the record that the forensic reports were commissioned by the ANC-led government, which has committed itself to root out corruption wherever it rests its ugly head. We would also wish to be enlightened if Mr. Msimang went to open the case as a citizen of the country or as the executive mayor of Tshwane East. We deliberately say Tshwane East because the DA has not won a single ward in any of the townships, and therefore will refer to Mr. Msimang as the mayor of Tshwane East. If indeed he went as the latter, can he educate us on which section of Chapter 7 of the MFMA did he apply? As in many instances, we wish to urge the DA to take their puppet through a proper induction so he stops embarrassing himself, their party, each time he speaks or acts. Mr. Msimang must also, in the same vein, and this is the report we are interested in getting, Mr. Msimang must also, in the same vein, release a report relating to the current MMC of Finance, Ms. Maralice Fourie, who used to be the CFO or the city treasurer of the apartheid-run Pretoria municipality, who, when an investigation was commissioned into the finances of the city, land ownership and property ownership of the city, the building mysteriously burned down after insurance paid out the monies that were paid to the city mysteriously disappeared. Ms. Maralice Fourie resigned from the city and therefore made it extremely difficult to be pursued. We want that report to be pursued because she's now back in the administration. We need to understand what happened to the monies that were paid in terms of the insurance.